guys, welcome to the homestead. Although we're not on the homestead right now, we're actually in a field in the middle of Ohio, a cornfield, a GMO cornfield, and I'm here with Morella. And most of our patrons have already met Morella. If you've not met Morella, you can go over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead. Link in the description below, and you can read all about our behind-the-scenes adventures that we're having over there. So we're in the middle of this cornfield. I'm looking at all of this corn, and most of the corn grown in America is all genetically modified. It's all used for ingredients, for highly processed foods, beer, corn chips, cornstarch, and just normal ingredients that you would find in other foods that have corn in it. Highly processed foods, and we have a passion for trying to feed our families healthy food.
Absolutely.
And so you've been doing that for a while. Tell us about how you've been feeding your boys.
So actually, when my 20-year-old was about 1, he had ear infection after ear infection after ear infection. This is kind of what got me started on eating organic. So he became immune to the antibiotics, and I met with someone about that to look at an alternative because the antibiotics were not working anymore. And so I had a friend who actually did Juice Plus. And those of you who are familiar with Juice Plus, it's basically whole fruits and vegetables concentrated. And so I got him started on Juice Plus, took him off of all the medication, and his ear infection actually cleared up for the first time in over a year.
Wow.
So that kind of gave me my push for fruits and vegetables and natural foods. And it just kind of propelled from there, doing research and looking into foods. And for me, it's common sense to eat organic. It's not 100% obviously safe and clear of pesticides, but the pesticides that are used have to be all natural. It's much more researched, and you are getting a significantly less pesticide residue on your fruits and vegetables. And so for me, it's about our health. And a lot of people complain about the cost, but to be honest, with our lack of healthcare bills and what I've seen whole fruits and vegetables, organic, and their nutrients do for our health, I find it worth it. And we just cut out stuff like junk food, pop. We don't have cable. You know, I feel like there's a way to kind of balance out the cost for your health. And not only that, long term, we don't know what GMOs are doing long term for us.
Right.
And so that's the other thing. It's like what we don't know. I think anytime you take something and you start modifying it from what it originally is,
genetically, yeah,
you're going to have some issues. And then you have gene transfer and all these other things from GMO. One other thing, hun, about GMO is people may not understand is that the pesticides are systemic, meaning that they sometimes put it in the soil or the seed that cannot be washed off. In my research that I did in determining whether organic foods were worth purchasing for my family and for our health, I looked into that. And you cannot, even peeling sometimes, there is still multiple pesticide residues on your fruits and vegetables, and there's a ton of studies out there. I would encourage you to look at those and see what you're giving your family. So you're reducing it a lot.
From the very beginning, I've always wanted in our videos to be clear that we moved to a homestead so that we could provide our family healthy foods that we could grow ourselves, livestock that we could grow ourselves. We knew how these things were raised and grown, and so that was important to me and to my children, and to making sure they had a healthy diet. And really the only way you can do that these days is to grow things yourself. And if you can't, if you're not in that position, because so many people will leave comments, Zach, I'm just not in a position to be on a homestead, it really is worth the money. It's worth the extra effort to go to buy things that are labeled natural or organic. And we, like she said, we know that some things can't be completely organic today. It's really hard for that to happen just in the world we live in today. But we can try our best and provide and shop with things that are labeled better. And today, they even do the job for you. I get so angry when I go inside of the supermarket and I want to buy a can of soup. You know, I try to make my own soups at home. You know, I can can my own soups and do that, but I go in the back of every single can of soup and it says made with genetically modified ingredients. I'm like, why? Why can't you just make with natural whole food ingredients? Why can't we do that? I don't understand why it's that hard to do. And I don't buy them anymore. Progresso, Campbell's, all those soups, every single soup you'll find in the soup aisle, save one, and that's the Amy's Organic. You can all find the label made with genetically modified ingredients. And so that really burns my hide.
Yeah, that bothers me too a lot, actually. I got really upset about the fact that we have to pay so much to get food that doesn't have people manipulating it, basically genetically modifying it or adding all these chemicals to it. I feel like we should be able to have access and not be overcharged for healthy foods.
Exactly.
Seems like common sense, but...
And on the food things, they actually label all of these things, mostly, not all of them, not all the time, but mostly they label these things if they're genetically modified or if they contain genetically modified ingredients. But so many of the products that we use, like for cosmetics and toiletries and all of these things, that they all contain stuff like here, corn.
Yeah,
you know, genetically modified corn. This is Roundup Ready corn. We're sitting in a field of Agrigold. They have signs on the side of the roads where you can see what kind of corn they're growing. And this is Agrigold. It's a genetically modified variety, hybrid. And so many other things that we use in our daily lives, you'll find these genetically modified corn inside the ingredients as fillers or whatever else. And all these chemicals, it cannot be good for us. It can't be good for us. So yeah, so it's something we feel passionate about, and we're going to talk more about it in the future. Do you have anything else to add?
I do. Actually, also another reason I do it is because I felt like, you know, over time, when you think about a person's body, over time, these chemicals, especially when there's multiple chemicals being used, it may not affect you once or twice, but over the series of someone's life, it's really going to have an impact. And there are also studies out there that you can find about children and how genetically modified and pesticides affect them neurologically, affect them behaviorally, and it's really a serious thing. And so as a mom and obviously as a dad, the best way that we can eat organic is to have a homestead. And so that's something that you can do too. If you can't have a homestead, then, you know, try to buy organic, cut out something else, another expense, because it's really worth your family's health, in my opinion.
I really truly believe, as a parent, yeah, this should be a priority, to feed your children healthy food. What parent doesn't want to feed their children healthy food? And so much of the food out there today, we all know, is just garbage. You know, even the health, some of the stuff that's labeled healthy is just not healthy anymore. And I think it goes, it's well worth taking the time and the investments to invest in your body for your own health, especially today when your immune system is so, or should be a priority with everything we're seeing today. You should be investing in your own body, in your own health, and you can do that with natural foods. Anyway, I just find it funny just to come out here and see this giant field of, I've never seen so much corn. I've never been up here during a time when everything is almost ripe. I peeled back a few of these ears of corn just to look inside, and it looks like beautiful corn that you would find in the supermarket.
It
And
looks
some of the,
pretty.
yeah, it looks very pretty.
But it might kill you.
Yeah. It could definitely make you sick over time. You know, you never know. And so it's crazy to see all this.
The other thing to keep in mind too, babe, is genetically modified corn and any food that has pesticide or has been manipulated, it takes out the nutrients a lot of times too, because they're using chemicals, they're using radiation to modify these. People don't understand that. Just the simple fact that it takes the nutrients out is another reason to eat organic, because we need those nutrients. Our bodies were made to absorb those nutrients and not those chemicals. Yeah,
it was years ago. A friend of mine got me into juicing, and I've been really into health stuff ever since then. And I really appreciated him showing me and pushing me down that path, and I've never turned back from it. And now I'm really aware of so many of the foods and how they've been altered and what they're used for, and the possible damaging effects that they could have. And I just want my kids to be healthy, and so do you.
I think it would be great too if maybe your viewers, babe, could put in the comments things that they found that they use that are not genetically modified and foods that are all natural. Would be awesome, so other people can see what you're using and what brands are out there.
Yeah, if there's brands out there that you particularly like for a particular reason or a particular food group, post those in the comments below. We'd love to hear from that, and you might help someone else who's looking for alternatives out there. So
Absolutely.
Please post what your favorite non-GMO or natural or organic foods are that you like to serve for your family. So pretty good. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, listen, check out our Stupid Church t-shirts. These are by far our best-selling t-shirts. You can find them over at teespring.com. Link in the description below. The shirts are also listed below. You can see those right below the video. And be sure to check us out over at, again, patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead. Join up over there. You can see all of our behind-the-scenes adventures that we are doing over at the Homestead and other places as well. So, all right, guys. See you next time on the Homestead.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys. I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.